This is the Eye Seduction Channel.
If we leave the East Village and leave Manhattan, we discover that you were in Woodstock.
Most of the FILLMORE East staff worked on the original Woodstock Festival. The technical director, Chris Langhart, was technical director at Woodstock. We all went up there. The Joshua Light Show went. I was there. And it was quite an interesting experience that in and of itself actually, ironically, led to the demise of the FILLMORE East and the small concert venue, because when the big honchos in the music business saw that they could get 500,000 kids together for a concert, they realized the future lay in the large stadium venues, starting with Madison Square Garden, which, if you think about it, is just a 10,000 seat venue, and compared to some of the 50,000 seat and up stadium venues today is even small by those standards, although at the time we considered it huge. But as a result of that, it changed the economics of the whole business, because the groups found that they could do one concert for 10,000 people at a time and make more money than working 4 times as hard for 2,500 people at a time, doing 4 shows over 2 nights at a venue like the FILLMORE East. And so they began wanting more money, and it began to change the equation of ticket prices and so on and so forth. So that led to Bill Graham's precipitous decision in 1971 to close down the FILLMORE operations. It wasn't that he couldn't have kept it going for another few years. He could have, but maybe the caliber of the groups would have begun to decline somewhat, because the bigger that the other established groups got, the more money they wanted, and it didn't make economic sense to continue to negotiate and pay more and more and raise ticket prices beyond what the youth of the time could afford to pay for concerts. And he got burned by something that he was trying to promote, and got really teed off and made a snap emotional decision at that point. Well, let me go out on top while everything's really great, rather than see this begin to decline bit by bit with lesser quality acts. And he was sick and tired of having to negotiate with the stars who were getting bigger and bigger heads over all of this, and realizing that they could make more and more demands. So that kind of, there was a connection between Woodstock and the whole demise of that venue. Now things have changed somewhat today, which is why the organization is open. There is room still for smaller venues for groups that are that are up and coming, and the dance hall scene. But when you're paying $300, $400 to see the Rolling Stones, in a venue where you need to watch them on TV and listen to them, with a simulcast on the radio when their little ants way up there, I don't find that a pleasurable experience. So that's pretty much why I've stopped going to concerts like that, because unless I'm privileged to be nearby, be up or backstage where I can really hear it and see it, it's no fun.